I kind of need to vent about Ezekiel for a minute because this has genuinely been bothering me for a while. Yes, Ezekiel's sprites are AI generated. I don't want to pretend that they aren't. Hide it. Nor try to pass the original artwork off as something I completely drew myself. I provided the information about Ezekiel, described the design and what I wanted, and afterward I worked on the sprites myself by doing things like shading and editing them. But the actual base sprites were generated using AI, and I feel like I need to be transparent about that. And honestly, I feel horrible about it sometimes. I know how many people dislike AI-generated art. I know there are artists who have extremely strong feelings about it, and seeing the amount of hate surrounding AI art has made me feel genuinely ashamed of using it. Sometimes I look at Ezekiel, and instead of immediately thinking about how much I love my character, I start thinking people are going to hate this because AI was involved. The main reason I started using AI for my Dango and Rampot OCS is because I just cannot draw Dango and Rampot characters the way I want them to look. I can draw. Korahana and Caspian are examples of OCS that I've drawn myself, but being able to draw something doesn't automatically mean I can perfectly recreate a specific art style. I struggled with getting my Dang and Rampot characters to actually look how I imagined them, and AI gave me a way to visualize those ideas. That doesn't mean I want to claim that I drew something that I didn't. With Ezekiel specifically, I ended up genuinely loving the design that was generated, like really loving it. It looked so close to what I wanted that I became attached to that appearance, and eventually I decided that that was Ezekiel's design. I kept it and built upon it instead of completely redesigning them afterward. And that's where a lot of my guilt comes from. Ezekiel means a ridiculous amount to me as an OC. I created their personality, story, relationships, identity, concept, and everything else that actually makes Ezekiel. I described what I wanted visually, and I personally worked on and edited the sprites afterward. But I also can't ignore the fact that AI was part of creating the visual design people recognize them by. I wish I could just magically have the artistic ability to draw every single sprite exactly how I picture it in my head. I wish I didn't feel like I needed a lot to get certain characters to look right. And sometimes I genuinely wish I had created Ezekiel's current design entirely by hand, because then I wouldn't have this constant feeling of embarrassment hanging over something I otherwise love so much. I'm not saying any of this because I want people to suddenly love AI or change their opinions about it. You absolutely don't have to like AI-generated art. I just don't want to lie about using it. So yes, Ezekiel's sprites were made with the help of AI. I've described what I wanted. I worked on them afterward, and I kept the generated design because I genuinely fell in love with it. I'm still proud of Ezekiel as a character. I'm just complicated about how their sprites came to exist. I'm very sorry, everyone.